best thing that has come out of modern technology.
Yeah.
Is the fact that you can connect with anybody or everybody in the entire world as long as
that is amazing. That's amazing.
Especially when modern technology is working properly, yeah.
If it's working properly. Yes.
If I could just expound on that for a minute, because, I mean, 5 years ago, maybe even, we wouldn't have even been able to produce the Burbs because, James is in the UK, I'm here in the US, but there's only one other character who's here in my area. My sound engineer is in Vietnam.
Wow.
I've got actors in California, Atlanta, Illinois, right? We're scattered all over the place. And the fact that we're even able to come together and do this is because of technology, which is kind of crazy.
That is crazy. That's crazy. And, it's not just that. Also, it's music. There's a lot of collaborations where people are coming together in that as well, that they would never do that before. There's this one band, I think they call themselves World 5. Have you ever heard of the band World 5?
Are they the ones, now I don't know if this is who you're talking about, but are they the ones that the musician plays something from around the world and then they put it all together? Because I've heard that. That's amazing.
I think they do. I think you're right. I think you hit the nail right on the head.
They're amazing.
I didn't know this, but yeah, they are amazing. Just the other night, I heard about this fact about them. I mean, I already heard their music. I was aware of World 5 and so forth, and we're even I'm even friends with the drummer. But I heard that from a radio DJ that, and when she mentioned it, I went, really? And she said World 5 has never met each other, and I went, what? And she says, yeah, they're a successful band, but they've always collaborated through the internet, and just like you just mentioned just now about how you've got different parts of your your episodes and your drama stuff that you put together, if it wasn't for the internet, you would bring them all together and stuff like that. So the same thing happens with the music too. There's lots of collaborations out there that probably would have never happened if it hadn't have been for the internet, because everybody's so located across the globe, and the cyber world has allowed that to happen. It's just a really, really beautiful thing in that respect. And to be honest with you, I can't really think of too many beautiful things that the cyber world has afforded people to happen. I mean, they're mostly bad things, but a lot of the things are really, really nice, and that's one of them. That's one of them.
It's not the technology that's bad; it's the people using it.
It's the people. Well, it's the same thing with money, isn't it? It's not the money that's bad.
That's the same thing.
The money that's bad.
Now it's like religion and all that politics. It's the people that mess it up.
It's the people. It's the people. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I choose not to talk about religion and politics, because, like I was telling Jerry earlier, nobody's going to agree on it. Nobody's agreed on it in thousands of years. And,
it's never going to happen. It's always going to be upheavals and all that stuff. And it's the same thing with places. You've heard people say, "Oh, I really hate that place because it's changed." Well, it's not the place that's changed; it's the people who's making it change. So
it's the attitudes.
Yeah. It's the people. Again, it's the people. So
absolutely.
But I
think that's really cool though about the cyber thing, how it brings everybody together.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, if we all agree on everything, this world wouldn't be an interesting place. I think
it'd be kind of boring, wouldn't it, mate?
Well, the thing that people forget to do is respect each other enough to respect other people's opinions, and they want to fight about it all the time. There's nothing to fight about. It's his opinion or her opinion. Either accept it or walk away from it. That's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do. Right.
Accept it, not accept it, walk away, stay. It doesn't matter, but at least everybody can show each other respect. I respect your opinion. I may not agree with it.
Right. And that's just, that's the appropriate way to approach it, really,
Well, to me, that's the only way. But,
yeah.
Not everybody thinks that way, though, and that's unfortunate.
No, that's unfortunate, yeah.
I know a lot of people that are bad seeds, and I know a lot of bad seeds that turn out to be good people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Same here. Same here, yeah.
Now, Liane?
I'm being quiet. See, I wasn't going to say anything.
I think James fell asleep.
It almost got to the point where we probably needed a room.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I don't know about that. I'm not close enough to that. He lives in, now, Liane, I got to tell you, this man Jerry here lives in Snow White Land.
What's that?
Snow White Land.
Oh,
What do you think? What do you think about that, Jay? Snow White Land.
Snow White Land.
Snow White.
He says the bugs don't. There's no bugs. There's no creepy crawlies. There's no snakes that bother him.
There's always birds around him.
The only time I ever get bit by a bug is a midgie.
There's always birds around him.
Yeah, birds.
Yeah, birds.
The
Yeah.
birds.
Are you in Sunnyland or something? I mean, where is it?
That sounds a bit like here.
He lives. He lives in Hull.
It's very similar over in Birmingham, actually.
Yeah.
Or as they would say, Birmingham.
Birmingham, mate. Birmingham.
Well, Liane, Jerry was telling me the worst thing that they have there is some kind of weed that if you brush up against it, you get a rash. But the antidote grows right next to the weed.
Yeah, which is really strange. Dock leaf, right,
all
Jay?
live in harmony, then, right?
I bet you Jay will tell you. Dock leaf, right, Jay?
Dudley, yeah.
Dudley and Dudley.
Now, could you imagine it being like that over here, where the mosquitoes don't bite you?
Oh, that'd be heaven. That'd be heaven.
You have the antidote to poison ivy right there.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Right here are so big because, like, this is basically swampland. I mean, I think there's probably mold and spores and all kinds of crazy shit flying around here. But the mosquitoes, they need flight clearance. I mean, they're like a blip on the airport radar. They're so big. You know?
I don't know if I want to come over now.
What's that?
I don't know if I want to come over now.
Oh, no. I'll protect you, James. Don't worry. Yeah, all right.
You'll definitely have to spray yourself with some kind of mosquito spray.
Yes,
Well,
definitely.
then I won't dare tell him the story about, I guess around August or July. It was before I'm living where I'm living now. And because I love it where I am now. But I was out walking the dogs, okay? It was a nice summer day, and I'm just walking around. But see, I have a habit of watching the ground when I'm walking the dogs. I don't know why, because I just do. And it's a good thing because I'm cutting across the yard, and guess what? A freaking copperhead is sticking straight up out the grass like this.
Whoa.
As she points her finger up in the air for everybody out there in Radio Land.
No, it's like its head was up like this, and he was sitting straight up like this. And I was like, "Oh my God, snake!" And
a copperhead, really?
It was a well, that's what's indigenous to this area is copperhead, and
yeah.
It was like, oh my God. And I was pulling, because I have two dogs on a leash, and I'm like, come on, boys, come on. And that snake is like watching me, like, if you come over, I'm gonna get you.
Well, they're more afraid of you than you are of them, they say.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay. How do we know that? Did you interview the snake? How do we know that
What
shit?
do you do? Reach out and shake their hand?
I don't think that snake is scaring me at all.
Harry Potter talks to him. He told me.
Tell you something. I'll never know, because when I saw that snake, I took off.
I would too. If I were you.
Dogs and all. I was walking them. I mean, I was pulling them because it was like, wow. It was like the first time I'd ever like walked up on a snake, and I just kept thinking, like, if I hadn't have been watching where I was going, or if he had straight up or something, then I would have walked right into it. He was right in my direct path. I was like,
so did that give you an episode idea for the Burbs?
Not at all. No,
it didn't.
She just ran.
No story idea on any snakes ever.
No,
James.
That would be a great story.
No, James.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
No, James. No. See, no. No.
I've got a story completely right there in my mind.
Well, you will produce that one on your own there, honey, because I'm not getting anywhere near those snakes.
That sounds dirty now.
Just leave the real ones out.
That one. I'm not even going to listen to it. Snakes.
Oh.
Snakes and spiders. And do you know Bleeding Critic? Daddy Murr?
Do I know who? What?
Bleeding Critic. He is like the most prolific horror critic out there. He's all over the internet. You've probably seen him, the guy with the face and the red hair.
I've seen him. I'm a little familiar with him, but I usually don't go. When I watch movies or something, whatever the critics say, I usually go the opposite direction because they're usually wrong. He
is very he's very good at what he does. He's very prolific. and he's a friend to the show. He's a personal friend, and he's also a friend to our work. And yeah, but I was going to say be careful with him because he likes spiders a lot, and he,
I like spiders and snakes.
Oh, you do?
Like brown, brown recluse?
Brown recluse? No,
do you like those too? I like those.
Yeah,
I got a few of them.
I'm not real big on brown recluse. They're not, I like the tarantulas and the snakes.
I say, hey, brown recluse, I like you, man. Come on over here, brown recluse, and bite me, boy. Right on the ass, son. Yeah, that's what I like about that. Bite me, yeah, brown recluse, boy.
I walked myself into this, didn't I?
Oh.
Wow. We're doing.
Yeah, I got a few brown recluses.
I should have seen that coming.
You know what? I don't think I have laughed so hard on one of my shows as that I have today. It's been fantastic.
Is that okay?
Oh, absolutely. I hope everybody out there is enjoying. And Iris says she doesn't really have snakes in Belgium.
She's in Belgium? I actually wondered where she was. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's Belgium, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's very similar to England, isn't it, Jay? Because, I mean, the only snake that you got over here is the adder, right?
That's it, yeah. We don't really get much of anything really over here. We kind of...
St. Patrick that drove the snakes out, right? Wasn't it St. Patrick? Who was it that drove the snakes out of England?
I don't know, but whoever it was, I'd like to shake his hand.
Oh, me
well, yeah. You're supposed to have
in a enemy.
You're supposed to have been St. Patrick.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
That's why we celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
Right.
Yeah.
With
the snakes out of
England. And I have no idea what corned beef and cabbage has to do with snakes, but I love the corned beef and cabbage.
You did not know that.
I did not know that. No, I did not know that.
I knew that. An American from DC knew that, right? Oh, wow. I get brownie points. Where's my prize?
Well, you
are the professor.
You are the professor.
You are the master, so you should know.
Professor.
Oh, so just because I'm a professor, I'm supposed to know everything? Come on now.
Well,
yes. Well, you're supposed to.
James, what are you saying?
Yes, well, you're supposed to, darling. You are the professor.
Yes, you see. Hawk the woods that come from the night, darling.
I'm leaving that one alone.
Don't bring up nights. You don't want to do that. Don't bring up nights because...
I can act in one of your shows as well.
Does thou not know one's own intelligence, my dear? One should be... more proficient with it. Not just sit back and stay dumb.
For goodness
goes
sake.
into that Shakespearean routine,
Right. Yeah. I like that the whole King Arthur stuff going on over there. Can you do Sean Connery also? That was drunk Sean Connery. It sounded more like
Connery sounds better than that.
I will attempt. I am from Memphis, Tennessee, and I shall attempt to do a Sean Connery. He has kind of false teeth, and he drinks a bit of scotch. You see. So you got to kind of talk to your teeth, and kind of like this, and it's quite good.
It's like that, isn't it, Monday? Yes, Monday.
Yes, yes. I say, old chap, Bobby, yes. A bit of scotch on the rocks. Keep it like that. Yeah, it's kind of he talks to his teeth.
Very Grinch.
He sounds like Jennifer Randy mixed in there with
He sounds like the Grinch.
The Grinch. It's so disappointing.
He's a scarf, Sean, and that's what that scarf is. He's a scarf.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
I love showing off everybody's talent here. I don't. Whoa,
wait a minute, darling, because you haven't asked to see anybody's talent. Okay, you're talking about Sean Connery, and you didn't even talk about us Americans over here. What is it? You British people always trying to take the show. Well, how come British is so great? How come all of you left and came over here to Long Island?
Professor Liane, that's because we're more talented, more proficient, more better at everything here.
Okay, well, listen here, man. Because, I don't think so.
I don't care what you say,
think
man.
so.
We'll fly that women, man.
Because
I will fly over there and I will drop a plane, man.
Nothing to me, okay? You listen. You
know
listen
who you're
to
talking to, man.
You listen
Who
to
you
me.
talking to?
No, you stop it, man. Stop it.